Now, let me just tell you this from experience. Nobody's better at letting go than a Virgo that's done with your ass. Hey guys, it's your girl Kay Linnea and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about the psychology of letting it go. And we're going to be taking some tips and trips from the king and queen of truly letting things go, Will and Jada Smith, in their entanglement series. So as you guys may know, the relationship between Jada and Will has been a very, I don't even know the word for it, but we all know what their entanglement was. But they all put their differences and their past aside and reconciled and let it go and let the past be the past. So I feel like there are some tips and tricks we can learn from them, and we're gonna be talking about the art of letting things go today. Step number one, being stuck is an emotion between sadness and anger. When you first in a relationship, you're gonna feel upset. You're gonna be angry, whether it's with you, or whether you're angry at the person or you yourself are angry at yourself. Maybe you did the messing up to make the relationship end. But it's super important, and what I feel like this generation doesn't do today, they don't like to discover their feelings. They don't wanna know why they're angry. They know they're angry at a person, but instead of identifying the trigger of their anger, they'd rather just be upset and spew their blame with everyone else. But it's really important in this phase to identify what made you so angry. Was it the way she flicked you off? Was it the embarrassment because she might have done it in a public setting? Are you angry because of the rejection and you feel like you might not ever have a chance to find anyone better? Are you angry because they didn't do what you thought you were deserved, you were owed? So really identify your anger and identify where it hurts. Does it hurt you? Does it hurt your ego? Does it take out your self-confidence? Does it hurt your trust? It's valid to be upset. You do not have to apologize for your feelings or feel guilty for feeling how you feel. But the problem comes in when you aren't truthful to yourself about why you're upset. Is the act of the betrayal that upsetting, or is it because you really loved and trusted this person and it came out of nowhere? Are you upset because you feel like this person owes you something? Are you upset because you hate rejection? I will be the first to say the loudest person saying I don't give a usually cares the most. So if you find yourself saying that phrase, 9 times out of 10, you care the most. Just hate to say it, but it's true. So it's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel those emotions. But instead of just feeling them and blindly taking it out on everyone else, identify the source of your anger. Identify the source of your hurt. And then go into the next phase of your emotions. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to grieve that friendship, that relationship. It's okay to think about all the memories and all the good feelings this person had with you, right? It's okay to feel those things, but the thing about being stuck is it's a mixture of anger and sadness at the same time. You should be able to feel these feelings without them getting connected. Feel angry. Have your moment where you feel angry, but feel sad and have your moment where you feel sad, but don't bring those together. You have to learn how to dissociate those in order to move on, because having those blend in together, that's when you feel stuck. When you're sad and angry and going back and forth and replaying it over and over in your mind, torturing yourself, trying to figure out where your emotions are, instead of getting to the root of it. Are you sad because this person rejected me and that brought up some childhood trauma of me being rejected by my parents? Or it could be, oh, it was embarrassing. That might be your trauma. And then with that comes the second step. And step number 2, their closure phase. And I put closure because, I'm sorry, but closure is a myth. You seeking closure, well, let me not say closure is a myth, but seeking closure from another person is a myth. You have to decide to move on. No words anyone can tell you can make you move on unless you're ready. So I honestly don't believe in closure. And when my friends call me and they're, so upset and telling me their relationship problems, I tell them all the same thing, that closure is something that yourself, right? And the thing about the closure section though is it's when you feel the most vulnerable. It's when you feel the most shame, the most doubt about your future, and it might uncover some ugly feelings that you have about yourself. But the most important thing about this closure section is that you realize that it's not about what you need from that someone or what you need from the person that you let go of your relationship with. It's about what you need to flourish. You don't need them to flourish. You don't need their explanation. Closure is a myth. It's an idea that makes us feel better about a situation. It gives us comfort, but you can't go looking for answers in someone else. You need to figure out what you need in a relationship to flourish, and that's what closure is really about. You do not need to meet up with someone, listen to another person's side to move on. And with closure can come that shame piece, right? That, oh, maybe you're the one who messed up in the relationship and someone decided they can't be close to you. There's that shame associated with that. But sometimes you have to realize that maybe, and you've apologized. Say you've apologized, you've done all you could do. You have to realize that if they never valued the relationship, you can't make them value it. They have to want it too, and relationships are a two-way street. It's okay to feel ashamed. It's okay to be vulnerable and feel broken and kind of lose that sense of, oh my gosh, I'm so used to always talking to someone at night. Especially after you've been together with someone for so long, it's very, very hard because you feel like you're owed an explanation. But all the explanation you need is in yourself. And I know this closure stage, and I say that loosely, this closure stage you're talking about, it might uncover some deeper issues that you didn't really know you had, because you're not giving your power to anyone else. When you say you need closure for someone else, you're giving your power to that other person. And this whole process of letting go, you have to give that power back to yourself. I hope I'm making sense here. Step number 3 is the grieve. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to remember those vacations that you guys had planned. It's okay to remember, oh, like you were gonna be my bridesmaids in my wedding, or I was gonna marry you, and grieve those memories, those unfruitful plans, and those unfruitful moments and memories and projects you had with someone else, or if it's a sour business deal or whatever the case may be. You have to realize when couples split, when relationships split, your dreams go with it. So mourn those, and it's okay. It's a normal process to mourn. No one's gonna tell you how to feel. The thing about grief and emotions is that they're very highly specific to someone. We are such complex human beings that we can feel a variety of emotions all at once. So you won't all the way be angry, but you won't all the way be sad. But eventually, over time, feelings do fade. And so that grief might not be so bearing. The thing about that is every person's different. There's no telling, okay, this person might take 3 days to get over something, another person might take 6 months. And also with grief is that every person deals with it differently. Someone might, while you don't realize it and you think they're handling it well on the outside, they might be internalizing some things, and you just never know what that grief looks like. And grief always doesn't have to mean you're feeling sad. Grief is more about addressing all the unfinished projects, all the unfinished feelings and plans you have with that someone, and letting those die with the relationship. Here are the outcomes of letting go. You can either forgive and forget and reconcile with that person, and you guys come back together, put your differences aside, talk, and continue on in your relationships. Or you can choose not to forgive. You can choose to forgive, but not forget. So you let go of the hurt, you let go of the emotion of being wronged, but you don't forget that feeling. And then 3, you could just not let go and not forget. I don't suggest that because I feel like you're carrying that bag with you if you don't forgive them, if you don't forget. And who wants to be lugging around baggage for a person? Like, I just can't have too many things on my plate. And girl, a lost relationship will not be one of them. Some people, the saying is true. Some people are here for a reason and some people are here for a season. Unfortunately, you might not know what that is or who that person is until things hit the fan. There are real benefits of letting go of a friendship, of a relationship, right? Okay, if you're in a toxic relationship with someone, letting go improves your sense of well-being, improves your self-esteem, your confidence, because that negativity, you're cutting that out of your life, you're opening up more channels for positivity. Say it's not necessarily a negative relationship that you have to let go. Say that person was just unfulfilling, like they were just there in your life. Then you're freeing, when you're letting go of that unfulfilling energy in your life, you're freeing more space for positivity, people that will pour into you. And I will say this, inspired friendships don't necessarily mean there's beef. Just because you guys aren't friends anymore doesn't mean you have to hate each other and you're enemies. You could just be an acquaintance, and it is what it is. But like that expired milk in the fridge, once you throw it away, you have room for more drinks like lemonade. And I hope you guys aren't drinking milk because that's a whole nother story. But anyways, remember, step number 1, being stuck is the emotion of anger and sadness. Step number 2, your closure step. Just know that you have all the closure inside yourself that you need. And step number 3, grieve. What do you guys think about the art of moving on and letting go? And I hope you learned something helpful. I want this channel to really promote mental health awareness and be an outlet for growth for mainly women, but also our men too, because they deserve to grow as well. I hope you enjoyed my channel. So thank you guys so much for checking me out. If any topics you want to talk about, leave them down below and let me know what you want to know the art of next. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something. I'll see you next time. Bye.
It's empire. It's empire.
Hold up.